Hey, happy Saturday, everyone. As you know, or maybe you didn't know, because maybe this is your first time ever tuning into my page. My name is Elaine Brunson, and I'm a top 20 under 40 young professional in the state of South Carolina. I invest in real estate. I've been doing so since about 2012. And I know you guys are seeing lots of real estate investors all over your timeline. So what I like to do is take the time to talk to everyone about the things that isn't so popular that you don't really see. Now, I know when you see most investors, you see the glitz, you see the glam, the hype life, and that's cool, right? Because at the end of the day, that's the end game when it comes to real estate. You want to learn how to become wealthy so you can have options for your family and you can do the things that you enjoy in life. But what I thought may be important is for real estate investors, especially newbies or real estate investors who currently may be going through a struggle for the first time due to the pandemic. I think it's important that you hear from someone who is also an investor who has overcome failures to get great wins. And so tonight's topic is going for broke, learning when to cut your loss, and learning how to move forward. So, like I said, I've been investing in real estate since 2012. I'm going to tell you about some of the losses that I've taken that I know many other real estate investors may have taken as well. I've lost property to a fire. I lost property because I took a risk and tried to do a blind sell and I got misleaded by the seller. Let's see, now this one is the one that hurts the most. And I'm sure someone else has gone through this. I have taken loss doing real estate deals with family, with friends, with business associates, and when I've done these deals with people that I loved or respected or looked up to and cared about, I would enter these deals without an operating agreement. And so basically, I think other investors call that a kitchen table deal. So I would do kitchen table deals with people who I thought I could trust. And then after the deal is signed or the transaction is made, then the other party would deviate on their word from the initial agreement. Not a good feeling, especially, like I said, when it's someone you care about or you respect or you look up to. But I just have to keep it realistic. Like, those are some of the experiences a lot of people may have gone through, or maybe you didn't go through it yet. I pray that you don't. But you just never know when you're dealing with any business, you're taking a risk. Another way that I've taken a loss in real estate was through a natural disaster. Now, for me, it was a flood. For you, it may be a hurricane, it may be a tornado, just some type of thing that was an act of God that I had no control over. You may experience something similar. Sometimes you're gonna go through things that you actually have no control over, and I don't want you to get discouraged. I don't want you to give up. I want you to keep pushing because these things are actually normal. So take a breather, woosah, you'll be okay, I promise. So another thing that I went through, taking a loss with real estate, is an heirs property. So there was a time where I had an heirs property under contract. I was so excited. Everyone was willing to sell. And then one of the heirs passed away in the middle of the sale. And so I learned that once someone passes away, it actually can alter your contract in a major way. So what happened was, before the person passed away, their children, understood they were selling the property, They had intentions and plans for the money once they were to receive it. Their father passed away, and then all of a sudden the property became very sentimental, and the heirs changed their mind and didn't want to sell the property. So I took a loss on that deal. Now, like I said, I'm only telling you guys about the losses I've taken because I just noticed from looking through so many different other real estate investors' testimonies or the lifestyles that they post and they portray is like a lot of glitz and glam, a lot of success, which is true. Real estate and being an entrepreneur is a great way to have a lot of success. But I just kind of think it just needs to be more transparency when it comes to the failures that it takes to actually get to your destination and where you're going. So let's see. I did tell you guys about the associate that I had that didn't stick to the original agreement we signed. I think the lesson that I learned from that was not doing a background check. Moving forward, if I were to do another real estate deal with an associate, someone I didn't know, too personal, I would definitely do a thorough background check. That was the lesson there. Let's see. So let's see, those are all the issues that I wrote down today. I don't want to share everything in one day because like I said, my lives and YouTube page, Urban Rehabs, will right now discuss some of the obstacles that you have to overcome, to get to your destination and your goals. But one thing I want to say is I've made it through the struggle because I took the time to not necessarily blame the parties who I knew were doing something that was unethical or not fair or just, vengeful, vindictive. Who knows why people do what they do? Maybe they even did things unknowingly. But the first thing I always do is I take a step back, I evaluate myself. Like Michael Jackson used to say, you have to start with the man in the mirror, or with me, the woman in the mirror. And so I just kind of take the time to reflect, see where I could have gone wrong. Sometimes, if it's someone I love or a friend, I'm going to try to make it better. But the thing you have to learn is when you try to make things better, that's great. But don't do it from a point of view as in expecting the other party to feel the way you have. Just because you're willing to forgive and try to move forward or try to compromise and work things out, the other party may not be willing to do that. And that's okay. And that was a lesson I had to learn, believe it or not, especially with my loved ones. I would always try so hard to make things right, to be better, and I have had epic fails. And you know what? It's okay, because I know at the end of the day, I have a clear conscience. I tried to do things right. I tried to talk it over, and only thing you can do is learn a lesson, move forward, and learn to let it go. Don't let it shut you down. Don't let it hold you back. Don't let it make you afraid to take risks. Everyone is not the same. So, given the same situation with someone different, you may actually get the result that you were looking for. Now, let's see. I'm looking at my notes just to make sure I cover all the points that I wanted to talk to you guys about. So, I don't know if you guys were aware, I have a book for minority business development. Anyone actually can learn from it, but I specifically targeted minorities because, sometimes we don't have that mentor or that person in our close circle who we can look up to or may have had the same experience and can give us advice. So anyways, the book is called F the Race Card. I chose that topic actually to get your attention. But also, not just that, I know there's a lot of things that go on in the minority community. Someone would try to call me while I'm on live. Oh my goodness. So I just got a missed call on live. What I was gonna say, minorities go through things and, we like to not actually play the blame game because a lot of these things are genuine, actual things that occurred. But what you have to do is learn how to push forward. Don't let things that have happened hold you back. And so that's why I said, F the race card. Things are going to happen. Move forward. Learn to get over it. Learn to avoid those obstacles. Now, one thing I wanted to tell you guys before I go, if you go to the website, urbanpropertyfirm.com, the ebook is currently on sale for $1.99. Again, that's urbanpropertyfirm.com. And my favorite chapter actually is a slogan my father used to tell me all the time. He would always tell me, don't be afraid to go for broke. And sometimes in a deal that you may have risked a whole lot, sometimes you just have to go for broke, look at what you did, learn a lesson, and just learn to move forward. Because at the end of the day, the longer you sit back and harbor and beat yourself up or blame others, or me, I don't like to blame others. I'm big on beating myself up. Like, I've always been that way since I was a kid. I would just beat myself up when something didn't work out. But now as an adult, I had to learn that the longer you sit back and beat yourself up, the longer it's going to take you to recover and move forward. So, again, go to the website, urbanpropertyfirm.com. Ebook on sale, $1.99. If you want some one-on-one consultation about your first real estate deal that you're thinking about taking, feel free to schedule a consultation on the website. Again, I'm Elaine Brunson, top 20 under 40 young professional in South Carolina, and I hope this information was usable for you in your journey, maybe business, maybe real estate. But I just want to end with saying, just stay motivated, stay focused. The glitz and the glam will come, but understand there's a process to get there. All right, you guys have a lovely night.